Welcome, my humble abode. I am Yorkie, the tail spinner, and with me, behind me, my loyal pet, Chihuahua. Tarry with me a while as I relate to you one of the epic tales of the lands Galorian. The tale of Whispers of Darkness as told in the annals of Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. The tale of a young lady who was seduced by the dark. Demons, others, attacked the lands for which she fought. This is a tale of death, love, of seduction, hatred. Let me unfold it for you now. Now, he was not one of the expected heroes there. He was someone new. Young lady. Gnome, indeed. And prone to whispers herself, to understanding the darkness. She had become a kineticist. Dark mentalist. As you can see, some kinesticists who are loath to suffer the consequence of their channeling and their power study the dark esoteric energies of the planes and use souls to fuel their occult might. Spiritual tortures these dark elementalists inflict upon their victims' souls are horribly selfish acts, on a par with the actions of demons. Ah, she was but a humble gnome, and herself had training from her history. Scholar, perchance. Not strong, indeed, but still dexterous. And with a high intelligence as well. It is said she was not wise, and perhaps was lacking in some would expect of her. But such is the history. The gnome, dark elemental. User of magical devices. Knowledgeable in the arcanic arts. And with a degree of stealth for her ability. Indeed, well travelled herself. She was skilled in short ranged attacks. and attracted to the chill night. Though her skill was in short range, she was able to attack from further. It was a chill, as I said, that attracted her. Not prone to the vagaries of faith, she tended to avoid religion. And it is said that she was given to neutrality. Evil. Her hair, pale, as if aged beyond its years. Though bearing the traditional top knot of many a gnome. Flesh light. The scar upon her face where she had been injured earlier in life. He said her face looked malevolent, perhaps even evil. And many would disagree with that, but it was a viewpoint of many. She wore the black, red, as if blood and darkness was in her soul.
A mere flesh wound.
Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun!
I won't take that.
Your luck's run out.
Let's move already.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Said when she spoke, the madness of those dark whispers was often heard. Her name itself was Darkness. War, she was called. Night, black, darkness. And her birth date. It is said she was born upon the day the stars did not shine. But what day that was?
The road calls me.
Seems random.
I'll take the bait.
He entered the lands of Galarian and approached Canabris. This is a tale as it unfolded. This will be my focus going forth once a day, mostly, except where the thing called real life interferes, and they may run rather long as this is my focus.
Hey, somebody! We got a wounded fighter. Can we get a healer over here?
My, would you look at this? But why would you drag a wounded fighter into the middle of the festival square?
Make room, everyone! Step back! Now, what's the matter? What happened to her? The wound looks nasty. Who did this to her?
You hear the stern voice of an elderly man, but you're so weak you can't even turn your head to look in his direction.
Demons, prelate! We found her barely alive outside the walls of Canabris.
The walls, you say? Enemy doesn't usually stray so close to the city. Must fortify the defenses. And you, hold fast. Don't die. We'll see you right. We'll get you patched up now. But first, you there, guard. Take her weapons. Bearing arms is not permitted during the festival. Wounded or not, everyone must abide by the rules. She can get her things back after the festival. O Inheritor, leader of our troops, the sharpened edge of our blades and the unyielding strength of our armor, Iomade, I beseech you, grant your mercy. Heal her wounds.
I won't give up that easily.
Here! That's the Crusader spirit. My powers are not enough here. Someone call for Terendelev. You there! Yes, you! Stop dithering and gawping and make yourself useful. Go and get Terendelev!
Prelate, surely there is somebody else here better suited to running errands.
The lady raises her head in an affection of surprise.
I'll get her! Terendelev! Has anyone seen Terendelev?
Be quick about it before it's too late! Now, who are you? I don't remember seeing you before, and I have an excellent memory for faces.
The old man leans over you. "My traveller, I was just passing by."
Just passing by? And how am I to know that you're not a demon spy? Or worse?
My dear prelate, please, for the sake of the festivities, stop interrogating this poor woman. She has been through enough already. Go on. I'll take care of her.
All right, as you wish. You are our protector, and a dragon at that, so I shall defer to your wisdom. But be on your guard. I've been informed she was wounded near Canabris. That means the demons are prowling just outside the walls, and the city is crawling with their spies. Others may be able to relax on this holiday, but not you or I. Not the defenders of the city.
Muttering discontentedly, the old man walks off.
Pry loose the grudging grip of pain. Cast off the veil of suffering flesh. Let light and life go forth in triumph to repel the skulking shade of death.
A beautiful silver-haired woman leans over you. She seems ageless, her face wholly unlined, but centuries-old sadness gleams in her eyes. The longer she speaks, the stronger her voice becomes. What happened to me?
I do not know yet, and that troubles me. I am not entirely sure what the demons did to you. This wound is no ordinary injury, and it was inflicted by no ordinary weapon. I have rid you of your pain and restored your strength, but only time will allow you to heal fully.
Are you really a dragon?
You don't believe me? Perhaps I should retake my true form and engulf this square with my ice breath to win your trust. Pay no mind to my current guise. I appear this way when I walk among the people. I would hamper the festivities if I tried to attend in my true form.
The woman lets out a melodious laugh. It seemed a reasonable answer. There was nothing else to say. So she asked, "Can I go?"
Certainly, but be careful. I have managed to get you back on your feet, but I have not healed you fully. Alas, sooner or later, your pain will return. But do not be discouraged. You will recover, I promise you that. Tomorrow, come to the cathedral and say that you are expected by Terendelev, protector of Canabris. We will find a way to help you. But for now, put this out of your mind and enjoy the festival. They are all too rare in this time of war, and merriment is one of the best medicines.
Canabres is a city poised on the border between two worlds. On the one side, the ordinary world. And that's it. And off we go. Throwing chance. We're good at range, so it seems something rare to take part in. What about 100 paces? You can do it. Get in, bullseye. Simple peasants entertained by simple fare. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. And an attack on the training dummy. Bam, right in the jaw. You call that a punch? Here, let me show you how it's done. And it was then that an attack occurred.
Crusader gods,
demons.
Behold Iomade, you poor imposter. Your city will fall to me. Your followers will feed my hunger.
Demons swarming the square, demons killing all around them. And there, Terendelev
Discari, Lord of Locusts, leave my city!
taking her true form. Which aided her none, but she was the first of
Let the
all,
feast begin.
at least among them.
Discari's here. Discari himself. Blimey! One minute we had a dragon, the next, bam, she was gone. What are you gonna do? Fight or flee? If flee is your plan, let me help you out. I've got a scroll here with a good protective spell.
The halfling's armor is splashed with blood, and he's armed to the teeth with a sword and blade, and a hatchet on his belt, and a crossbow on his back. His voice sounds familiar to you. I've seen you somewhere before.
have. You owe me your life. I'm the one who found you outside the walls and brought you inside to be healed. I see they patched you up. Good thing they did it before the attack, or else you'd have been done for.
He looks you over. Who is Discari, she asks.
You must have got a good drubbing around the head, friend. Discari's a demon lord. The most fearsome enemy of all crusaders, and all living things, come to think of it.
What is the situation in the city?
Who knows? Everything's on fire, crashing down around our ears. Place is crawling with demons. Looks like a whole army attacked the city. We're sitting ducks.
Care to lend me a weapon? I said it was foolish to fight, but I'll try
Sure
to fight
thing.
the demons.
Here, take this. Best crossbow I've got. The person who made it said it could pierce the hide of a demon lord even. Good luck! Try not to get eaten now!
The halfling's words are drowned out by a terrible rumbling and rustling of countless tiny wings.
A mortal gnat snaps its jaws at the Lord of Locusts. Behold, Iomade. Behold the death I sow.
The festival organized.
The silver dragon, Terendelev, the defender of Canabras, fell in battle. Hardly surprising, as she had to fight the demon lord Discari himself. He willed the land to part and swallow all who dared to stand in his way. But the war was still far from over.
And so it was that Noir fell. The darkness for the first time, if you'll pardon the pun.
Oh, holy mother of...
A small woman with messy brown hair winces in pain, uttering a stream of curses through clenched teeth. She's pinned to the ground by a couple of weighty boulders.
Hey, stay with me. You actually got pretty lucky. You fell down into a black hole. But at least you're not on your own. You've got a great companion. Everything's going to be just fine. Tell me something. Can you feel your legs?
A young woman in knight's armor studied to the rocks intently, trying to work out how to move them.
I feel them all right. One say no to a little less feeling in them. My ankle's killing me, but my back seems to still be in one piece. My head, too.
That's all that matters. Now, we're going to... Hey! Fancy meeting you down here. You're the one that Terendelev healed today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from under the boulders?
Spotting you, the knight reaches for her sheathed weapon, but after scrutinizing your face momentarily, she raises her hand in greeting. It seemed foolish to try to lift them. That certainly was not Noir's strength. So instead she looks for other solutions. We don't have to rely on brute strength for this. I'll try to find something to use as a lever. You quickly find some suitable sticks and you free the wounded woman from the rubble, without even breaking a sweat.
Look at you! It's good to meet someone who uses brains first and brawn second.
Damn it all. I think it's broken. Oh well, I've had worse. I'll just make myself a splint out of something. Thanks for the help. I wouldn't have lasted long on my own stuck under there. I'm Invade of the Eagle Watch. I was overseeing security at the festival square. I thought maybe spies or demon worshippers might have something nasty planned. What actually happened though, now that I did not see coming. I don't think anyone could have been prepared for that.
The woman feels her leg, fishing a piece of twine from her pocket. She gets to work.
Well, I'm Sela, paladin by the grace of Iomade. I crossed the whole continent to come to Mendev and fight demons. And well, I've been fighting for a while now. I don't even want to think what might be happening up there in the city. Canabres has lost the protection of Terendelev, and of the Wardstone too, looks like. It's a relic without equal. It was placed here personally by Iomede's herald, with the goddess's blessing. I really wanted to go see it, to pray before it. But there's no point worrying about a stone when there are people dying in the streets.
Sheila's expression darkened.
Yeah, things are looking grim enough, but don't lose heart. Wardstone or no, dragon or no, Canabres will never give in. Simple as. Well, we've introduced ourselves. What about you?
Nevia's eyes shift to you. I'm a traveler. I just wound up here by chance.
Call me superstitious if you want, or maybe cynical. But I just don't believe in chance or coincidences.
How many stories around the tavern table have started with those very words?
Right enough. I have this habit, see, anytime somebody starts yakking about blind chance, it always turns out that the thing was as far from a quirk of fate as you could want. Sorry, don't take it personal like. Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow. The city ain't far, only 30 paces or so. That's if you're going straight up, of course. I'm afraid we're gonna have to go the long way round.
That's a heck of a long way to say let's go.
To summarize, there are 3 of us, with 5 working legs, 3 pairs of decent hands, 2 clear heads, and 1 made of wood. That's mine. Underground monsters beware! Anevia, you stay behind us. You're in no fit state to fight. If we do come up against anything, the 2 of us will try to manage on our own first. Well, onward! May the good deities lead us back to the open sky soon.
This way.
Now, you are using a simple longsword. That is also a longsword. That is a flail. One of Tyrendalev's scales. Now the mighty have fallen.
Who's there?
The fine apparel of this young half-elf woman is torn and stained with blood, dust and dirt. However, she holds herself with such dignity that you would be forgiven for thinking of a high society party, and not in the dank catacombs under the city. Her fingers grip her rapier hilt with confidence, ready to draw it at a moment's notice. At her feet lies a dead body, so mutilated that at first glance it's hard to tell if it's an animal or a human.
Relax, friend. We're not demons or cultists. Don't poke my eye out with that thing, all right? We fell down here during the attack. I'm Sela, that's Anevia, and this is our new friend. We're looking for a way back to the surface.
Really? I'm so ever glad to hear it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Camellia. I was also in the square when... I can scarcely believe it. How did all those demons get into the city? I thought, naively it now seems, that the Wardstone protected us from attack. And Tyrendalev, I can't wrap my head around it.
The girl relaxes slightly, but she keeps her hand on her sheath's weapon. Her self-control falters for a moment, and you glimpse the fear beneath a mask of perfect placidity. She licks her lips nervously. Not many could withstand a strike from a demon lord, even Tyrendalev.
I can't argue with that. We're fortunate to be alive, albeit underground.
Discari himself has come to Canabras. There's no mistaking that ugly mug. Tyrendalev tried to fight him, but what could she do against a near deity? Even the Wardstone was no help. Our city used to be protected by powerful forces, but now...
Anevia shakes her head.
We've seen how powerless they truly are. Henceforth, we shall have no one but ourselves to rely on, I suppose.
Camellia finishes Anevia's thought with a ruthless... So tell me about yourself, stranger.
Who am I? Just an ordinary citizen who decided to take a stroll through the square on the day of the festival.
Doubtful.
But that's not what you wish to know, is it? You most likely wish to know whether I'll be a burden should you ask me to join your group. No need to worry about that. I can assure you that I am skilled with a rapier, and I also possess some knowledge of magic.
Girl gives an elegant shrug. She touches the polished snake amulet, hangs around her neck. Company to this poor man. Who is he?
I don't know. He must have been in the square when disaster struck. I tried to revive him, but he was already dead, sadly.
He didn't get these wounds from the fall. Be on your guard. Whatever killed him likely hasn't gone far.
Unless it's standing before us. Sela's eyes warily scan the area.
Hang on. I think I know him. His name's Aravashniel, the egghead from the library. He was a good lad, even if he was kind of stuck up. May his soul rest in peace.
Anevia appears at the dead man's face. Do you want to join us?
Certainly. Survivors should stick together. It's only sensible. Who knows what else could be prowling about in these caves?
We need to keep moving. There must be a way back to the surface somewhere around here.
That's right. It would be the height of foolishness to survive a demon attack only to perish under a pile of rubble.
Let's see if this poor bloke has anything useful on him. Not to sound like a heartless brigand or nothing, but we kinda need all the supplies we can get right now.
Alignment there is undetectable. And the bone amulet, which protects it from being seen, cannot be unequipped. We entered an area of darkness.
Death is life's final surprise, and I enjoy surprising people.
And so, a new friend decides to cast light upon our paladin.
Wherever my legs carry.
Save the last one for me.
This may be what caused the man his injuries. And another scale from the dragon.
Forwards! No backwards.
The heartbeat quickens.
Ooh. Right. Soul power. A dark elemental uses the soul of others to protect herself from danger of burn. She can't choose to accept burn if doing so would raise her total number of points of burn above 3. However, a number of times per day equal to her intelligence modifier. As a full round action, she can gather up the souls of dead creatures with HD, some, equal to or higher than her character level. When she does, some of her existing burn is unloaded into departing souls, racking it. Equal torment, reducing her current burn. There's more there, but I think for now.
Burn! Slice! Behead!
And Camellia.
I'll cut you wide open.
You can go in. Dealer.
The light.
Well.
Take you!
Now.
Do not fear! Do not waver!
And we have yet more going on here. Miss. No, not a miss. 5 damage indeed.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
The spirits demand your blood.
No glory without risk!
And so another victory awaits. Have braces of armor +1. These braces grant their wearer an armor bonus of +1. Does not stack with armor bonus from different sources.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
So we carry on forth. The darkness always calls.
I see blood! Blood!
You are today's sacrifice.
Into the fray!
Go for their hearts!
And see
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
And that was one down.
I'll cut you wide open!
You pierced its armor, but that's
The
about
light!
all.
Take you!
That, however, was a much better hit.
This way.
Let me draw the first blood.
Five damage. Monitor lizard.
The spirits demand your blood!
Into the fray!
And that was much better.
You are today's sacrifice!
Attempt to skin the beast. Yeah, well, does it skin indeed, which can be sold later.
No, I can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere.
You struggle to make out the man's features in the gloom. As soon as he steps in the circle of light, however, you realize that you have never encountered a creature like this before. The stranger looks like the work of a vivisectionist who attempted to stitch together a lizard and man.
Wendwalk!
The man notices you and freezes. The curling horn protruding from his head casts a malevolent shadow on the cave wall.
Lan, did you find it? Who is that?
The woman looks just as strange as her companion. Exotic, one might say. Like a cross between a cat and a spider. When she catches sight of you, she immediately drops into a fighting stance. Her movements reveal the lethal grace of a wild predator.
The do-gooders here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Wait. They might know what's going on up there.
Lan stops with a gesture. Demons are laying waste to Canabres.
If things are as bad as you say, then we all have to hurry.
Lan's expression hardens.
You didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it. I couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface, but the maze.
Wendwag looks you over, considering something.
I realize that you guys have your own troubles, but we need to be in Canabres. People are dying up there. Please, show us the way out.
What is this place?
This is the hall where we remember the glory of our forebears. Sorry about the mess. It doesn't usually look like this, trust me. Sometimes we even wipe the dust off the exhibits.
This is where the relics of the first Crusaders are displayed. Our lives are short. Our glories are quickly forgotten. But this place helps us to remember that we are just as worthy as anyone else. And that our lives are not lived in vain.
The first Crusaders? You've been down here that long? That's crazy.
And Nevia lets out a low whistle. What are you doing here?
That's none of your bit.
We're looking for a holy sword. It was here, in the center, sticking out of a rock. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the shield maze. They figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold. Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there. They're not fighters. And Saul, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that now isn't the time for the underground crusaders to take up arms. If we get the holy sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind.
It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame and will burn anyone who touches it. Do you think you're special, Lan?
I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel's sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle. Speaking of which, you're still here, Wendu, which means that deep down, you know it's possible.
He chuckles. Wendwag shrugs and turns away. Maze, does it really lead to the surface?
Yes. There are other ways up, but they are far from here. And after the earthquakes, there's a good chance they've collapsed. But the maze... There's a legend among our people that when the walls of the maze fall, that will be a signal for us, the underground crusaders, that the time has come to go up to the surface and fight the demons in the final confrontation. Until then, the people say the maze is shielding us from taking rash actions. I'm the only one in our whole tribe to have been in the maze. And even I don't know if it's true. But the further I went in the maze, the fresher the air became. That means that it really must lead to the surface.
When the ceiling and walls started shaking, the young ones in our tribe lost their heads. They figured the maze was going to collapse, so it was time to go up to the surface. They grabbed whatever weapons were on hand and ran off toward the maze. They think the maze is no longer a danger to them. They've been listening to Wendwog too much.
His eyes are filled with genuine concern.
Don't try to blame this on me. Yes, I told them that our people are capable of making our way through the maze. In the future. But I always told them to wait until I had made a map of all the maze's dangers. I warned them 100 times. But it was no use. My words just went in one ear and out the other.
You hear a hint of emotion in Wendwag's voice, Rutherford. A sort of holy flame. It wind up down here.
It came here with its owner. A long time ago. 50,000 gongs to be precise.
70 years ago, in Uplander time.
50,000 gongs ago, our forebears found a dead angel here, along with the bodies of his comrades. The tribe gave them a dignified burial, and they were laid to rest with their weapons. But the flaming angelic sword was stuck in a rock, and no one was able to pull it out. It burned to the touch, like real fire. So the rock was placed over the angel's grave. It should be here somewhere.
Maybe the angel will dig himself out and find the sword for us. That might be our best shot in this chaos.
Lan, watch your tongue.
We'll find the sword faster if we work together. I'll help you.
Thanks. An extra pair of eyes can only help.
Use the weapon.
The sword will be easy enough to spot. It looks, swordy. Help us, and in return, we'll get you out of here.
Now we're talking. Let's get to work. It's a good thing we all bumped into each other, isn't it?
What, you want to find the sword quickly so the underground monsters bring you back to the surface? So be it.
More people pitching to help.
Wherever my legs carry me.
No, what is that? What do we have here?
The room looks like an improvised museum, or perhaps kind of temple.
I found... something.
I hope you appreciate this.
Statue of an unknown knight, the technique is crude. But the figure was clearly crafted with genuine feeling by the state of the armor the knight is from the First Crusade.
Now what is that? What do we have here?
What's that there?
No, what is that?
And there was the sword. Day 15 month, Aridus. Year 4750. Strange flash pierces the gloom and Noir feels drops of searing blood run down her chest. The wound healed by Terendelevo reopens and weeps scarlet. No pain or weakness. A hazy scene appears. Cave chamber. This one or another one entirely. As heartbeat quickens, and a stream of thoughts suddenly bursts into her mind. Thoughts that clearly belong to another. Treachery. They betrayed me. Trapped me and stabbed me in the back. My trusted allies, my treasured friends. The people I swore to protect. People for whom I descended from heaven and came to this turbulent mortal world. There they are, up ahead in the gloom of the cave. Where are they? What are they waiting for? Are they afraid to draw closer? They believe I am about to die from their traitorous blows. Next to me, a quiet moan. A girl with golden braid lies on the rocks. clutching her slashed side. She refused to join with the traitors and paid dearly for it. I could have tried to run, but I will not. Whilst I have the strength, I must. While ignoring the foreign origins of these thoughts, Moa intuits that she cannot control, that she can control them. Try to furiously call out the traitors. The voice trembles. Pain and rage. Carries to the furthest reaches of the cave ceiling in this strange vision. Why? Why did they betray me? Your comrades? What did the servants of the abyss tempt you with? Blurred shapes. Face of several mortals bleed into existence. One of them a young half-elf. His hair twisted into a knot. Responds to the accusation. You and your goddess have given us nothing, L'Ariel. But Lord Discari will give us everything, and there is no power in the world that will stop his advance. The frenzy of foreign thoughts comes faster and faster like a rushing river, and images flash by one after another. Priestess in colourful robes observing the stars. A young female paladin praying, clutching her glowing sword. A majestic golden-winged angel gazing into the distance, his face covered by a helmet, his voice ringing clear. Only if you're willing and only if you're ready, there is no going back. There in the vision, the darkness, the cave stirs into motion. Something massive appears from within its depths. A vague shadow, an outline, a nightmare come to life. A wave of odious chirping and rustling emanates from the shadow. Sound piercing like hot irons, glancing through flesh and bone. The traitors fall to their knees before the shadow in reverent ecstasy. The girl thrashes in her death throes. But Noir knows how to resist malign influences such as this, no matter its origin. The force of the attack, originating in a vision, terrifying, but Noir is stronger. He shakes off the pain and torpor, but alas, the one who sent the vision cannot claim the same. He is broken and exhausted. A monstrous shadow emerges from the murk of the cave. It's not real, it exists only in this strange vision or memory, but the thrill of and fear it provokes is more than real. The shadow's features starkly resemble those of Discari, terrifying demon lord. In a movement as swift as thought itself, the monster's hand is wrapped around the throat of the one they called L'Ariel. The foolish angel, struggling the rocks, like a fly with its wings torn off, tones the shadow. Its voice changes as it moves, shifting from quiet whispering to a sonorous shout. Becoming young, then old and quavering, where is your goddess angel? Where is her self-assured herald? How is it that you are dying here alone, so far from the light of your heaven? A strange calm envelops the thoughts of one called L'Ariel. He recognizes who stands before him, and he knows he will never bow down to this enemy. The flaming sword flares alive in his hand, bright, pure, flickering, and multicolored sparks like a sunbeam go through stained glass. Slash. Blade slashes through the demon creature's flesh. The monster recoils with a howl, releasing his grip on L'Ariel's throat. The angel falls back, heavily on the rocks. His vitality is ebbing, but his pride remains undiminished. He grips the sword with his last burst of strength, plunges it into. Mar senses the vision is fading, and the rush of thoughts diminishing like a river running by. The last thing she hears is this. You will kill me, monster, this I know, but one day someone will come here and raise up my sword. They will raise it up and punish evildoers and traitors. The vision disappears, vanishing in a burst of colours. Mar does not hear the final words. She seems to complete the thought. Taking it to heart, the words fly from her lips, and with them, else. The heat blazing in Noir's chest fades away. The edges of the scarlet wound close, leaving not even a scar behind. Looking down, Noir sees the flaming sword in her hand, or rather its outline. Memory of what looked like a sword. Final surge of warm and soothing light. The sword vanishes, and light is drawn into her hand. Noir senses that it will return. All she need do is call it.
Hey, are you all right? You were kinda glowing just now.
That was it. The light of heaven. But how?
Lan looks at you dumbfounded.
What did you do with it? Where did it go?
Just like two, the traitors, the dying.
It's only us here. Your group, you, me, Wendu, and the light of heaven that sort of got, sucked into you. Any chance you can whip it out again? We do kinda need it.
Lan looks around.
Sorry, I crack jokes when I get nervous. And when I'm upset. And when I'm happy. Anyway, what I said, it came out wrong. We need to bring you to Chief Sull. You can show everyone the light of heaven, we'll rally the tribe and go into the maze, and we'll get back our kin.
And what if she can't make it happen a second time? What then? The tribe will just say we're crazy and turn its back on us.
I think I saw the memories of Lariel, the angel who died here.
Lariel? That really was Lariel? The angel from the legends. The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. The chief will be thrilled.
You. Thousands of gongs and no one's been able to touch it. And now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood, no different to us, get the sword and start talking about visions.
Wenduag watches you with suspicion.
Now, Wenduag, don't be a sore loser. She is clearly different from us. The sword appeared before her, along with the angel's name and all that other stuff. Because she doesn't carry our mongrel taint. Heaven doesn't give a damn how special we are. We're born with evil inside us. Heaven doesn't need to know any more than that.
Lan nods towards you.
I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you and Sull, you just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' bodies were corrupted by the Abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better, and it doesn't make us worthier.
It seems I can control it.
That is just... wow, I mean, that's amazing! Heaven has truly blessed you.
This power is the most majestic thing I've ever seen in all my life. Is this what the sun is like, Lan?
Wenduag stares at the divine light, transfixed.
Yes, it's similar. But this light is more... golden? Chief Sull needs to see this. Now that we have the power of angels on our side, he can't say no. He'll have to assemble a troop to storm the maze. You Uplanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. And then, the perils of the maze won't be so bad if we go together. We'll make our way through it and find the way to Canabras.
And drags his gaze away from it. Lead us to your chief, and I'll decide if I'm going to help you or not.
Let's go. We'll take the short route. Well, the only route, really.
What do we have here?
Mobility check.
I did it!
Right.
Forward! They will break against our resolve.
Spiders. Ugly beasts. Seven damage right there.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Go for their hearts!
I'll rip you apart! The Inheritor, guide my blade!
4 damage.
You won't survive me.
wide open.
Windwag?
No match for me.
Yeah.
Trail me.
Let's just see what is down here.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Yet another obstacle. Endure this!
Another 8 damage. And apparently there's something. Two of them, indeed.
The spirits demand your blood.
The light, take you!
Make every strike count.
Oh yeah. It seems a bit strange to leave it until after so many fights to tell me about attacking.
I found! Do not fear! Do not waver!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
See?
May I see your entrails, please?
Oh, that was not what I meant to do. Oh, that's something.
No glory without risk!
You are today's sacrifice.
You won't survive me.
Well, they will if you miss, won't they?
This way.
Windwag glances at Lan, who is fixing his slipped bowstring, and quickly walks over to you. Cat-like eyes glow from beneath her. Listen here, you. I don't know who you are or where you come from, but you and I are the only two people here who see things clearly. Why I'm asking you, don't show the light of heaven to Sol. Lan is sure the light of heaven should be shown to the mongrels. Lan, Windwag grimaces and the guttural husky snarl and fall. He wants to play the hero. His first idea, if you remember, was to grab the sword and run headlong into the maze. Does that sound like a plan to you? To me, it sounds like suicide. The worst part is that the tribe might actually take his words to heart and follow where it leads. You do have a point. I thought you considered the mongrels to be great warriors. Descendants of great warriors, yes, there is a difference. I believe that my people are worthy of greatness, that we are strong and can do many things. That's why we were chased down here. We scared people. But it's one thing to go hunting in caves and another to fight in the shield maze. Windwag leans closer, her pupils dilating. I've been there. I've spent my whole life training so I can make it through all the way to the end. More of us trackers at the start. We were young and stupid. What's a couple of monsters there when there's a whole world out there waiting for us? We thought. Been prepared. Maze isn't just a physical challenge, it's cunning and full of traps. It's dark. Primordial night. And if you close your eyes and listen, you'll hear whispers right behind you. Soft singing in the distance seems to rise, fall with the beating of your heart. Windwag looks away. I had to learn from my friends' mistakes. I had to step over their bodies and go further. I don't want to have to do that again, and it will happen again if a crowd of ill-prepared fighters burst into the maze. With no idea of where they're going, all because Lan believes that a glowing sword will solve all the problems. Wouldn't want to save the kids lost in the maze. I do want to. I'm not going to risk the future of the tribe for the sake of a few stupid kids. Again, you do have a point. Chief Soul is hesitant. Reason. He also understands how dangerous this is for the tribe. Lan's the only one who benefits from these childish games of heroism. I'll go alone if I have to, and find them. Or whatever's left of them. Without any heroics, relying only on myself, risking only. When do I close? You and your friends. Come with me. Perhaps we can make it to the end of Maze together and find a way out of the surface. That sounds sensible. I'll think about it later. Wendowag nod. Don't show the chief the light and I'll lead you through the maze to the surface. Leaving a locate. Your first impression of the monk is of a squalid dump, with the odours mismatched. Unblinkingly, glowing eyes watch you from your gloom. Deformed shadows slope between the huts. You see some mongrels gutting white, eyeless fish, while others are preparing fish nets. They're not warriors. All the signs of normal village life, but tense expectation hangs in. A heavy-set aged mongrel slowly shuffles his way towards you. The hair on his head grows in strands and his face is a distinctly rat-like appearance with pronounced teeth. And you hear a rattling sound in his chest with heavy breath stinks. One of his eyes is white, fully scarred by cataracts, while the other gleams with moisture. Uplandish, eh? Time shall upon us, indeed. Chief Soul, we found the angel's sword, and we found the one who can wield it. Lan points at you. She had a vision, and now the angel's sword, together with the light of heaven, are somehow inside her. Gather the tribe, anyone who can hold a weapon. I'm going to get them all killed, Lan, except I won't allow it. The young ones are still alive. We can go save them. Soul raises his hand. Broken fingernail. Ah, Lan. Always dreaming, always talking. You're too hasty for your own good. It's going to get you in trouble. Soul eyes you up and down. Uplander with the light of heaven, that's good for her. Our kind don't have good things happen to them. There's always a catch. Lan trusts people because she likes to believe. Isn't that right, Lan? I'm the chief. Don't work on faith. Show the light. Wendowag stares at you intently, like a cat watching a bird, and shakes her head in what? There's someone else from the surface here. Soul points off to the side. There he is. Hale and hearty and prim as a peacock, just like me. Soul laughs, but quickly turns to me. Not good. Too many uplanders. Not good. It's not right. What are you up to here? Not one of us. We're not your kind. When the time comes, we'll come to you, not you to us. I will help you find the lost mongrels in the maze, but you can quit hoping for a magical sword to appear. Wendowag lets out a satisfied laugh. At last, someone's talking sense. Lan speaks. You don't understand. Its holy light will scare off the monsters that dwell in the maze. Lan drops his voice. Listen, I don't personally believe in this angelic light, but Soul does. Show him, it won't cost you anything. Lan is mistaken. We didn't find the sword. Lan whipped around to look at you, stunned. He clenched his fist for a moment as if planning to shake the truth out of you, but he quickly gets a handle on himself. I don't know why you're lying. No doubt you have your reasons, but I know it's a lie, and you know it. And Wendu knows it. Lan turns to Wendu. Tell him, Wendu. You performed chaotic action. Wendowag stares blankly back at him. I saw the light shining between the rocks and then it went out. Lan saw what he wanted to see. Why are you doing this? Doing what? Telling the truth? Don't want the blood of gullible mongrels on my hands. Clan shakes his head in despair. So now instead we'll both have the blood of young mongrels on our hands. Kids waiting for help that'll never come. Everybody around me said they didn't want to go anywhere or save anyone, but I didn't believe them. I always have to take things further than anybody else, isn't that right, Chief? Fine. See how things are, I don't need any more convincing. Lan offers a crooked smile. Yeesh, Lan, miracles are not meant for us. We, the tribe, we wait. If you're one of us, you will wait. We're not going anywhere. Uplanders, rest now. There is a hut over there. You can rest there. Lan is silent. His eyes shifting from you to Sol. Wendwag. Made the right choice. It was the lesser of two evils, and now rest. So we can be at our best when we go into the maze. I promise to lead you to the surface, and I will. And so we have a new level. Gold, yes. Use magical devices, indeed. Little mobility. A little more knowledge of the arcane. Cold adaptation. You gain cold resistance equal to twice your current amount of burn. Elemental whispers. You form a friendship with the fragments of your element. The element speaks back empathically, like a familiar. Pick a type of creature usually allowed to familiar. You gain this wild talent. Familiar gains abilities. That's the usual familiar. His heat adaptation. A kinetic healer. With a touch, you can heal a willing living creature an amount of damage equal to your kinetic blast damage. Gain a bonus equal to half your kineticist level on skill checks. The skills your primary element added to your class list. Or slick. As a standard action, you can call for slippery water or ice, creating any of the effects of the grease spell. 1 round. You can accept 1 point of burn at the start of the next to extend the duration to 1 minute per kineticist level. I think we go for the familiar first. Let's see what we have. Stealth and perception. Will and perception. Points and perception. Nature and perception. Knowledge, world and perception. Initiative. Perception. Athletics and perception. AC and perception. Ability and perception. Reflex and perception. Fortitude and perception. Athletics and perception, or persuasion. I think the kitty cat should accompany us. Now with you, my friend, you're going to remain a paladin and follow what is advised for now. You, the spirit hunter. Yes, very good. Victory, stealth. Actually, no. Victory and... Ah, you don't have perception. Well, stealth it will be. +2 natural armor, bonus to AC. And Lan, you are indeed a Zen archer. Wendoag, fighter. You're going to be going a different route. Just have to decide which one. I think a sorcerer. The route you're going to be going in the end, Dragon Knight, the warrior. You need one bonus level to get you started. Dragon Disciple. Cannot be Imperial, Sylvan, or Sage. Magical powers are always... I mean, whatever we choose is not going to be that used. Doesn't have a bloodline or has a draconic bloodline. A bloodline. Not that useful. I mean, none of these will be useful, if I'm honest. I think perhaps straight sorcerer. Matters little what we take. As that level is simply to prepare her. Right, and that is where we'll leave for now. We will be back later, most likely. Not then tomorrow, with further of the tale. The Dark Whispers. There are links around to other gameplays on the channel if you wish to use them. That will help us grow. There is a like and a subscribe. That too will help us grow, as will the comment section, which I will respond. Farewell.